What's driving Maclean's out of business? Well, a lot of things. But their competitive angle used to be they were a Canadian news magazine. Okay, but how can you compete with the CBC that gets $1.2 billion a year taxpayer handouts and that dumps Canadian journalism on the internet for free? How could any private sector magazine compete with government journalism? How could any newspaper? Now, in the past, there was an obvious dividing line between the CBC that was restricted to radio and TV and newspapers and magazines. Now, other TV and radio stations were at a competitive risk from the CBC, but the government gave them enough handouts too. But now that everything is converging onto the internet, the CBC just destroys everything in its path. Even though the Broadcasting Act that creates the CBC, it doesn't extend to the internet where the CBC lives. Obviously, when the CBC puts its videos online too, that can't help with private sector initiatives like Show Me either. And the CBC has tried to get into the online streaming music business too. Now, the CBC makes blunder after blunder. They burn up billions of dollars in cash. Their executives would be fired in the private sector in a moment. They're so wasteful and slow, but hey, give anyone $1.2 billion a year to lose, and anyone can make a real go of it, enough to drive everyone else out of business at least. Today, more than 50% of working journalists in Canada work for the CBC. It's the majority. Thanks for watching. Click here to never miss a Rebel update. Want even more of the Rebel? Well, click here to become a premium member.